Are you talking about the issue of COVID-19?
Yes, please.
Please, I think I would rather be excused from discussing COVID-19 because I have taken a position and I don't see myself shifting away from that position anytime soon or ever. I said this against the backdrop of the fact that we saw a lot of the gimmicks and antics and merchandising of foreign products that is not marketable in Nigeria at all. And I said this long ago, and some people who are, advising Mr. President continue to, take a wrong trajectory. I will say that. I mean, you can't, for crying out loud, do cut and paste when it comes to issue like this. Let me just simply summarize it by saying this, and quote me anywhere. If in the winter in Europe, America, and other places outside the world, we're turning on our heater, both at home, at work, and when we're driving along the road, what do you do in Nigeria? You turn on AC, air conditioner. Why didn't we turn on, or why are we not turning on ACs in our homes, cars, and offices? So that is the challenge that we are facing in the management of this COVID-19. I don't think we should apply same solution across. Here we are in Kogi State. We say we have no COVID-19, and actually, as a matter of fact, we have no COVID-19. After the early, misunderstanding between the state government and the NCDC, we later allowed them to step into Kogi State. After 1 month of intensive testing by their workers and officials, not one single individual was tested positive. NCDC, Ministry of Health, and my state incident management team went round. They went to institutions, marketplaces, motor parks, streets, villages, towns, and cities. And not one single individual was confirmed positive. We have, of course, you know that in Kogi State, we are running a very smooth academic sessions in our tertiary institutions. When students are resuming back to school, we carry out tests. The indigenes, or those that are resident within Kogi State, and those that are coming from outside the state, we test them, and there has never been one single positive test. Now, we have NYSC camp in Kogi State. We have received up to 3 or 4 streams of batches of core members. NCDC, NYSC, the military, the Kogi State incident management team jointly carry out this exercise of testing on those core members that resumes camp. Not one single, and every stream comprises of not less than 700 to 750 core members. Not one single one tests positive. Our eyes are there. We ensure they don't manipulate the numbers. You see, all this brouhaha coming up about the issue of COVID-19 and vaccine, I don't think we deserve it now. We have an economy that Mr. President inherited, struggling, recession, low income, left, right, center. And Mr. President is doing his best to make sure he pulls it out of the woods. I think we, the followers, or we, the lieutenants, or those of us that are charged with the responsibility of advising Mr. President should do that with utmost fear of God Almighty. We're talking of insecurity today in the country. Boko Haram, ISWAP, banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery. Let me tell you that when you lock over 200 million citizens at home for 1 day, you cannot quantify the number of lives that are lost. Livelihoods lost can never be regained, most of them. We don't need these marketing strategies that is happening in the country today. It is most unfortunate. But unfortunately, I mean, they are there. They are doing their job, whatever it is. But honestly, I am not on the same page with them. Look at Kogi State. We did not lock down.
Okay, fine. I was going to follow up on...
Despite all the
that analogy you gave.
Troubles we are facing.
Pardon me to jump in.
Please, let me just land.
Okay.
Let me just land this. You see, after all the troubles of not locking down, we refused to lock down, Kogi State bordering 10 states, we have seen it practically. Today, Kogi State is safer in terms of healthcare delivery, in terms of security, and it has manifested in the number of investment flowing into Kogi State today. I didn't say it. Nigeria Investment Promotion Council said it. They are the ones that are keeping the data. Out of 3.6 billion inflow of investment, Kogi alone had over 1 billion. There's no rocket science. We didn't do anything. We simply make sure that things work in Kogi State. And that is where we are. Imagine what we are losing as a nation. We don't need to participate in this marketing of vaccine or COVID-19. Let our people be free. That is just my simple message to the PTF. Mr. President entrusted you. He had an absolute trust in you. And I think you have the duty to advise Mr. President in line with the current reality we're facing in the country today. So I don't think we should overburden the matter.
Okay, so in consideration of your heater AC analogy, where you think we should be doing something different or approaching it differently here, what suggestions or recommendations did you offer that has not been heeded? And if you don't mind, which quarters did you offer this to?
I have said these severally in our various meetings that we have as governors, in National Economic Council meeting, in various fora. I have made my position known, personally and openly and in public. Let me take you through once again, Mr. Chamberlain. If we are going to expend 540 billion in the purchase of vaccine, let me just simply give you this analysis. In Kogi State today, we are building a multi-billion naira hospital that is going to have every equipment you can ever think of in terms of medical and healthcare service delivery, worth just 4.7 billion. Now, let's extrapolate. If we are going to spend 10 billion naira per health institution that will cater for a more deadly disease, not COVID-19 that has 99.9 chances of recovery rate, a more deadly disease that are killing every day. If we expend just 10 billion only, and 10 billion put in Nigeria factor, let me put it that way, and taxes, we are going to have 54 of such. Every state power will have one each. FCT can have up to 2, Lagos can have up to 2, Kano can have up to 2, and some other major cities can have up to 2. No disease we will not be able to cure in this country. From CBN, analysis sometimes back, 3.5 trillion expended so far on COVID and COVID-related matters. We don't need to have gone through that route. In one of these our sessions in the National Economic Council meeting, there was this issue that came up regarding infrastructure, road infrastructure in the country. I'm sure you know Mr. President cares about Nigerians so much that he continued to emphasize on infrastructure building of infrastructure, and he's doing much within the little resources available to him. But in order to take it further and faster, we suggested that a committee be set up under the leadership of Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, and this committee did a wonderful job. This committee comprises of some governors, including CBN themselves. And they came up with just a report that's, in summary, that requires only 2 billion only to fix major commercially viable roads in the country. That report has been gathering dust over 1 year. Yet, we have expended 3.5 trillion on COVID and COVID-related matters. That is unprecedented. How did we spend our money? I think we should be asking questions on national issues that concerns our lives and livelihood. So, if we're now gravitating towards locking down our people, creating a scenario and a situation where civil servants and Nigerians will be forced to take vaccine that the producers have absorbed themselves. In other words, this is my product. I produced it, but I will not take responsibility if this product harm you. Yet we are rushing to get